G'day, Josh from In Yard Homestead. Well, time for another update on the garden. It's been a while since I've done one, so I'll show you what's happening. The garden's doing pretty well. Some things are a little bit droopy today because it's a bit warmer. It's about 33 degrees Celsius at the moment. So let's take you for a walk around. This is the garden next to the carport and behind the shed. So got the silver beet going quite well there. Spring onions are doing good. A lot of weeds as well, they're doing good. That's the purple dragon carrots, and they're just starting to flower now. So I'll get some nice, that's nearly as tall as me. So that's starting to flower. So I'll get a good lot of seed. Native bees pollinating. And that's the sugar beets, doing really well. Been getting lots of greens off that as well, and the roasted beet. The broad beans are starting to pick up and getting some little beans coming on them now. This is emerald green broad beans. First time I've tried growing this one, so they're doing okay. These gourmet miniature beetroots are good. They've been great. I've been roasting them whole, and they've been awesome. So these are doing really well. Now I've got a new section in here. I've just put in the other day, and I've planted in this front section here glass gem corn. So that'll come up in a few days. So that's not, I only just planted that. The other side, I haven't got anything in there yet. I'll probably just leave that open for a later crop of something. And down the back, I go through the gate here. So on the frame here, it's looking a bit bad. Not all the gourds came up, the loofah gourds, but we got one there and a couple more there, so at least, whoops, that's my shadow, and we got a couple more coming up there, so at least we'll get some growing across here. So I've got yard long snake beans growing up along in this row here. I'm not going to plant anything in the interior rows until I've got a bit more cover over here. I'll probably grow some lettuce and stuff like that, leafy greens, a bit more protected in the shade. So I've got to put some mulch down along here as well to help protect it a bit. This area I still haven't put anything in. This will probably be where my melons go, rock melons and watermelon. Well, not all of it, because I want to put another crop of corn in later. So I've got along here, this line here, they're just starting to come through, is the pigeon peas. And in here I've got black nebula carrots up to that stick there, all this here. On the other side of that stick, there's nothing in that bed yet. This bed here, I've got grain amaranth growing in the two middle rows there. And this complete bed here is all Mexican sweet corn. So that'll be a nice good harvest that later. Got sweet potatoes growing in over here. Yellow zucchinis up here. I've got about 6 of them have come up through this bed here, and I've got some alyssum just coming up as well, so that'll produce some flowers with the beneficial insects. And we'll come up through, still nothing in this. I've got to weed all this out and put the retic in this side as well for further crops. The flowers didn't do too well. I put some flowers in here, but I've got a couple of calendula coming up, and that's about it. Nothing else really did any good. Me beans, these are the frost beans. They are going really well. I made a little frame up with some sticks that I got from down at the pond area, and I've just used some bale twine for it to grow up, and that's going really nicely and starting to flower, so it won't be long until I get some beans off there. My collards didn't really do too well this year. The bugs just annihilated them, but that's all right. The rocket's all gone to flower now, so I'll get a lot of good seed from that. And what have we got? I've got to get in here and get this weeded out, this section here, and then plant out my onions before they get any bigger than that. Snow peas have been doing great. These are the dwarf snow peas, and I've been having heaps on here. Yeah, so these have been really good. I've been picking them, and none of them made them in the house yet. I've just eaten them out in the garden. Nice and crunchy. So I'll get a lot of seed from this as well. The lettuce is pretty much done. This was a leaf lettuce, so you just pick it as you go. This is quite nice, but now it's starting to go towards getting ready to seed. So and get a good lot of seed from that. Garlic in between is going really well, and all this here is slow bolt coriander. So yeah, that slow bolt coriander is doing really well. And right next door, the Daikon Radish has all gone to flower and starting to get seed pods on now. And in underneath it, there is Italian chard. So that's doing well. And this again, flowers this year haven't done really well. I'll put flowers in here, but I think the mice got in here as well and ate a lot of the seed. But I have got some cosmos by the looks of it coming up in there. And there's a little sunflower there. So that's the, it's a pale, real pale yellow one, that one. Almost white. Some cornflowers coming up in there. And there's a lot of volunteer carrots you can see right through there. There's a sunflower that's self-sown. That's just a self-sown one from last year's lot that I grew over the fence. The mice obviously brought it over and forgot where they put it. But this patch, this is just a wild mess still. The tomatoes are just still going. This was from last summer and it's still going. I've got to get in here and clean it all up. Yeah, I want to put my next crop of corn in this area somewhere, so I've got to clean that up. The carrots are going to seed again in here. So this is the Western red carrots. They've just come up everywhere. That's just a weed that's through here. I've been picking them out. Oh wow, look at all these native bees. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys can see this on the camera. But yeah, there's weeds and everything through here. I've got to clean it right up. But yeah, I'll get a good lot of seed from these Western red carrots. There's some that's ready to harvest down in there by the looks of it. And you can see all the volunteer ones down in the pathway here. But yeah, this tomato area is just a complete mess at the moment. That's all getting pulled out. The fennel's doing really well. And a couple of the herbs that are growing in underneath and flowers, they're doing well. And amongst the weeds, I've started weeding all this area out as well. I don't know what I'll do here yet. We'll go out the front here. The mulberry tree's all nice and greened up and starting to get fruit on it now again. There we go. Good old mulberries. I can't believe it. Look at all these native bees. That's awesome. They're everywhere. I love the warmer weather. So over here, this section of weeds here, I've got to pull that out. This will be all new gardens as well, right next to my archery range. So I'll clear this out hopefully soon. Now that I'm feeling a bit better. My back's still a lot sore though, on and off. So I've put in a tap here now so I can get water directly straight to here, get some reticulation in, and I'm planning on growing my pumpkins and another crop of corns and beans out here. Probably another variety of snake beans. brown seeded or red seeded snake beans in amongst the corn, and the pumpkins will go out on the outsides. Oh, that wraps up the tour around the garden at this stage, and what's going on. So this area behind me, I still got to get out, like I said before, I still got to get that weeded, and I'm debating what pumpkins. I don't know what pumpkins I'm going to put in yet. I don't know whether to put in a newer variety. I'm thinking about Australian butter pumpkins, or whether to put in a bigger crop, because I've only got a few seeds of the Australian pumpkin and I want to build up the seed stock. But then again, I'm thinking for growing a lot more pumpkins as well. So I can either go the Queensland Blue, I've got quite a large seed stock of that, or Kent pumpkins, and then I can sell some of the pumpkins as well. Yeah, let me know if I should put in a bigger crop of pumpkins or put in a newer variety for extra seed, like to build up the seed of a new variety. Oh well, thanks guys for watching, and until next time, get going, get growing, and God bless you guys.